Always a time saver.
I love that.
That's
it's a cheap
great
scare, but I love it. I love watching
I
the
don't
audience
get why critics
jumps
hate
back.
cheap scares so much, because
They
they
work.
actually work. How's it? This is Jonathan Liebesman, the director of the movie.
This is William Sherrick, the producer.
This is Jason Schumann, the other producer.
This is James Vanderbilt, one of the writers.
And you're watching
How's it,
Darkness
everyone?
Falls.
Hello, boys.
This could be the longest prologue in the history of movies.
Spider-Man James.
That's right. I'm very excited. There's a little foresight. I planted Spider-Man in there because I'm a studio flunky.
This is an
A very
homage
fantastic shot
from
here.
What Lies Beneath, actually. When she stares in the bath, when Michelle Pfeiffer stares in the bath and the camera pans over and then pans back to where she was looking at first, and there's the face of Amber Valletta.
And then she's attacked by a
I
giant
think
tooth
this
fairy.
was take like 14 that we ended up using, but it works.
Boo.
Boo.
I figured since we're talking, somebody should get scared by it.
Now here comes Dan Laustsen, the cinematographer, at his very best as she disappears into the darkness
It's almost as if darkness has fallen.
over her. So this was almost, for me, one of my favorite little sound design and lighting scenes, because you get to, you know, it was once again an homage from In Cold Blood with all the rain on the walls, and also sound design-wise, Randy Tom from Skywalker Sound, this is where you introduce the sounds of the Tooth Fairy. Then we kind of redid it and reconceived it to be an old woman gurgling in the surround sounds. And so that's where you first hear it over here.
There's nothing more terrifying than an old woman gurgling. This woman was so committed to doing this that she did the scene pregnant.
Yes.
Wait, was she had the baby, or she
Right,
was
no, right here she was,
lactating?
yes, she was very pregnant.
For that alone, you need to buy the DVD.
Here's the homage to Signs, okay? This is where, remember in Signs, the most scary part was where you were hearing the sounds behind the wall. So this is called the low-budget version of that, which we came up with probably on the set where we
I
had
like
about
the
10.
shots
Here
too,
it is.
I think the
Yeah.
shots are.
I think M. Night kind of did it a bit better. This was an homage to Kubrick kind of thing, where everything's supposed to be symmetrical. But
Where they're
once
inside
again,
and talking.
once again,
How about
only
just
in my
your?
head.
How about just your brilliance?
Yeah.
Now we should note
Oh,
that
there'll
she,
be none of that in this film.
And we won't say what that's an homage to. Anyways, but
Requiem for
my-
a
my
Dream
home- my
there,
home life.
Jonathan.
It's an homage to how I wrote the picture.
And the Dan Laustsen cinematography
Oh,
with the beautiful
it's
hallway in the
Dan shoots
background.
great
I love
hallway.
that. We always told him he shot great hallway.
He shoots
gives
great
great
hallway.
hallway.
Every hallway in this movie,
Gives
you'll
great
notice, looks
hallway.
great.
It's one of my favorite shots here, Jonathan, that you did. It's the Sixth Sense shot here where you see the kid's reflection in the, I think that's a great,
That's really
great
cool.
shot.
thanks, man. It's funny, that actually came from, I was watching, I had an idea when I was watching a trailer of some movie and I saw someone's reflection
Yeah.
in some dappled steel or something. And so this was
Romeo
originally a
and
different
Juliet
scene
aspect.
and was rewritten once again to kind of echo the scene of the boy and the girl in the bedroom, because that worked so nicely. We figured we should try and echo it as much as possible over here.
This is seen as an homage to a scene from 15 minutes ago.
What do the doctors say? It's an homage to Darkness Falls.
Exactly.
No, man, that's,
We thought it really worked well in Darkness Falls,
So we did
and
it
so we
again.
did it again.
homage to Spider-Man, which probably came...
What?
We were shooting this before Spider-Man came out.
The only reason, by the way, that reshoots were done was because John saw more movies and needed to put more homages in this.
Now, I mean, this was also supposed to be at a time when we were trying to really make... There was a version of the movie where we really wanted you to believe that Kyle was
That's not
the
gratuitous,
killer.
by the way, is it?
No.
Okay.
Beer's always good in a movie.
This I have to give you, E.T.
This is the app. It's the homage
What are you
shot.
talking about?
Through the forest
Where
with
in
the
E.T.
smoke.
is that?
He comes over, Jonathan comes over to my house with the very first cut of the movie. It's like really late, and he puts it in. We're watching it. I'm really enjoying it. And this comes up, and I go, E.T., and he's like, damn. It's like,
Because
how
nobody
did you
was
know?
nobody was gonna get it.
Yeah.
I just
Jamie,
think
you must
he-
be so sick of writing interrogation scenes.
I've done it. No, I like interrogation.
You are the master of Hollywood interrogation scenes now after Basic, where isn't that whole movie an interrogation scene?
Yeah, this other movie, I wrote, this
Yeah.
called Basic, is
awesome.
Is just basically 80% of its interrogations.
Good, we're plugging other Sony movies.
You know, I do what I can.
Another Spider-Man.
Yeah. Not, I mean, the
homage
first
there.
one was better because it was just a much shorter sting. It
And here's
worked.
another Kubrick shot coming up where Emma's walking. I love that shot.
Again, Dan in his great hallways.
Yeah.
That is, Dan gives good hall. Oh, you said that.
And
right.
but I think it worked out great.
That was
I think
actually,
it worked out.
this
doesn't work.
section was an homage to the first Alien, where he gets pulled up into the air.
Yes, it is.
But
I'm
this,
with
you. I
Jonathan,
don't know
you
if it
should
was a
talk
It was
Wow.
about.
not a John Fasano written line. either.
Jonathan, this was sort of your Exorcist.
Yeah, this Kid in Jeopardy and The Exorcist, really effective in this movie. Here it is. We wanted to do Saving Private Ryan in a police station and later on Saving Private Ryan in a car. I mean, a lot of people slam you for, messy camera work, but if you watch an audience and hear them during the scene, they're really on edge the whole way through and it exhausts them. And I think that's what we wanted. We knew it was going to be a short movie and we wanted to make it scary and we wanted you to come out of it exhausted. I mean, that was the point. When I spoke to George, I was like, in Star Wars, when they're fighting, they have these triangular grates. And so he put those in for me. So that's Star Wars production design reference, homage.
And there's a great effect shot coming up here that I think for any audience member who doesn't quite understand how light hurts her.
Yeah, we wanted to get that in right at
poking
the
of
end.
finger.
Just in case.
There you go.
Right
there
there.
it is. Right there.
It might have served us a little better at the beginning of the movie,
Yeah.
but hey,
Better late than never. I was all upset with you because I wanted the light to be spinning.
You wanted to be
really,
a tooth
really. I
fairy.
wanted it to be almost
Right.
like a.
And I wanted it a little bit more to feel like every time the lights went around, you saw him in darkness, then you
Yeah.
saw him in light. Then
And
you
I
saw him
was
in darkness.
just the director, so
And
it didn't
This
matter.
was the
And
Ridley
Please
Scott
don't
shot
fire
here.
Right.
The Ridley
And
Scott.
at this point, it was just, let's do it.
I guess we should note that the reason there is not a
They're the
scroll.
Piercies at the bottom, the Piercies.
Well, yeah, why isn't there a scroll?
Because the running time of the movie is on the shorter side.
Yeah,
and,
so-
No!
Yes.
Really?
Yes, and you actually need a certain length
To qualify as a feature film.
for certain issues, and so we now have.
I'm looking forward to my first feature
All
film.
of you guys out there who are looking to make movies at some point, just know that 85 minutes is what you need to get to. So
We were there.
I-
we
I-
were there.
and now we're not anymore.
No.
So we made it a little shorter, and now we have 11 minutes of credits.
I think the third act of the film is the credits, and I thought it was a really daring choice to make.
I know,
Right.
you were brilliant. I remember
You know?
coming over and you said, John, I've figured the third act out.
It's
And-
credits.
Yeah, I like that.
Not a nice person.
12 take Liebesman.
And here, this was supposed to. This was
Jeez, I'm
always
going
the
to
money
get
shot
so many
here.
jobs after
No,
people
come
watch
on.
this.
Look how good it looks.